everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Wine Night Chronicles. I'm Destiny, and with me are Nat and Ty. Hey, Nat. Hey, Ty.
Hey, Destiny.
Hi. Hi, Jesse. Hi,
Hi.
Ty.
Hi, Nat.
Happy Wine Night.
Yes.
We made it through another week.
Another one. They're not getting easier.
No one can keep us down, baby.
Cheers to that.
True that.
Cheers to
Cheers.
that. No one can keep us down.
Mm-mm.
Y'all, I'm drinking next week. I had enough.
So am
This
I.
time next
Can't wait.
next week is the last week.
Yes, I'm drinking next week.
I look good. I can take a little break. You're drinking next week and this week, Nat.
I drink
every week.
Yes.
But this week is the last week. I'm at the finish line.
Yeah.
Just hang in there with me. One more week. This has been a good week. I've seen growth in me, but it didn't come without some guilt. Someone asked me for a favor and I said no. And that's not like the person I used to be. I used to be someone who thought you should help others all the time, no matter what the cost, always show up for people. But since I've started working on myself, since I've started working on my healing, I've realized that that's not always the best practice. But we're not going to focus so much on the reasons why we say no. We're going to focus on how we say no. One thing my mom always taught me was that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I think I'm just going to share some tips. One, I want to address why I said I felt guilty about saying no. Again, the person I used to be, I always thought you should be there for people and show up every time, even, at your own expense. And so to not do that, to go against that, there was some guilt as if I let that person down. But I had to realize where that guilt was coming from, right? And explain to myself that sometimes not being able to show up for people is a sign of, and saying no, that you can't show up for someone is a sign of your own strength. Because it takes courage to stand up to someone and say, I think I'm going to show up for myself today. I can't show up for you.
Yeah.
So that's just what I wanted to touch on about why I said it did come with some guilt. But saying no is not easy, and how you say it. It's so many ways you can say no, hell no, and no. But you don't always want to be so rude and saying no. There are nice ways to say it, more pleasant ways to say it, and some ways some processes I utilize when I have to tell people no is I wait 5 minutes before saying it, just to give myself some time to calm down or a few minutes to think before I respond. So give yourself a little time, 5 minutes. If you need more, take a walk around the block, do what you got to do. Don't cuss nobody out. Thank the person for coming to you, and just say, unfortunately, I'm just not in a position to do X, Y, and Z at this time. Or you can always provide an alternative solution. And one person I know who's awesome at doing that is Nat. She does it for us all the time. I think sometimes without even realizing it, she brings us solutions to whatever problems we may have. Nat, what do you think about how we say no?
I don't I mean, you guys know me, I'm not the brat, and I'm a brat for a reason. I mean, it's if I don't want to do something, I'm just straight up like, no, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, I've never felt like I'm like a yes person or like a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I've always just been taught like, don't like what how do you say it? Like, don't run yourself ragged for, like other people. Like, if it's
Mm-hmm.
not conducive to your life and it's getting
Oh,
in
I
the
like that.
way of you progressing, don't
Mm-hmm.
do it. Like, you don't want, if you feel it in your heart, you don't want to do it, just say no. That's
Right.
how I've always seen it. And I'm not rude about it. It's just like, no, I'm sorry. I have a prior
Prior
commitment,
commitment.
or my plate's full, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And you don't have to be rude about it. It's just you have to know in your heart what you can take on and what you can't.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'll do anything for my best friends, for family, whatever it is. If they're in a bind and they
Mm-hmm.
need something, I will work to the best of my power to help them out. But if it's going to interfere with my well being or my family's well being, I'm going to have to take a
Mm-hmm.
pass and say, I'm sorry, this is what I can do for you. If that's not enough, I'm sorry. Like, that's all
Yeah.
I can say. I'm not going to tell you yes and then come back and be like, no, never mind, I can't. Because then
Right.
that's even worse, right? Like,
That's
if you're just yes, yes,
horrible.
yes, and I don't like people that do that either. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll take care of it. I got you, girl. Don't worry. It's under
Mm-hmm.
control. And then come to find out, they couldn't fucking do it.
It was
So then
not
that
under
makes you,
control.
yeah. So
Right.
then that makes you look like you can't be really like trusted, or, like you're
You're not
not,
reliable.
right.
Right.
So, I mean, you just
For
got to
sure.
gauge and see, like, if it's not going to like be a detriment to your life or whatever, yes, you
Right.
got to help people and you got to be there for them. I'm super supportive, whatever you need, but you got to have your limits.
Have you had any issues with saying no to people, or issues with how you say no to people?
So I define myself as somebody in the past, especially, who was proud of being a people pleaser, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted people to like me. I guess there was a moment in my life where I felt that people didn't like me for no good reason. So if I was
Mm-hmm.
helpful, they would be nicer or they would like me more. And that I still struggle with that. Like I have something that happened at work, not going to go into details, where I was told one
Mm-hmm.
thing, given another, and I still said yes, even though it did come with its benefits, right? Saying yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it does require more of me. And I felt like, oh, everything sorted itself out, but it was more like I was just accommodating myself to the other
Mm-hmm.
person's, desire. And to me, it was fine in the end. So I do struggle with that because I
You
want to
do.
look useful. I want to look helpful. I want to be someone that you can rely on.
I've witnessed
However,
that.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
however, there are moments in my life where it was I've given very firm no's,
Mm-hmm.
as in saying like no. And that's not really common in me too, I think. And how I think about it now, it's because in those moments, I ask myself very important questions. Will saying yes make me miserable?
Mm.
Right? So let's say, especially when it comes to expectations from your parents or from your friends or from whoever you hold in high esteem, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I do what they want me to, will it make me miserable? Not so much in the sense that, oh God, I have to wake up early. No, in the sense that you are compromising your values, that you are
Mm-hmm.
compromising
Ah.
who you are. Hard no
Yes.
on that. Is
Mm.
what I'm being asked of too much for me to take, which is what Nat was saying. Like, why am I going to add too much on my plate and then not show up in the end because I stretched myself thin?
And so
Mm-hmm.
you let the other person down and you let yourself down at the
Yes.
same
Mm-hmm.
time.
And it's
Yeah.
not good. And another thing, people think that when you say no, you're being closed, but sometimes saying no opens so many other opportunities for you. It's about
Mm-hmm.
when you say no. Is it for a
And
selfish
it
Yeah.
reason?
weeds and it weeds out the users in
Oh,
your life.
yeah.
When you say no and they know that you're not going to take the bullshit, it weeds those people out.
It does.
Mm.
And my other question that I also ask myself when I'm like in those very tough positions is my happiness more important than the desire of other people, right? So it's like, if
Yes,
what you want me to
absolutely
do
yes.
is in conflict with my happiness, not my pleasure, not even my leisure, my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have to say no because in the end, again, I feel like we have one life and we might feel like we don't live it to our fullest capacity, but there's no
Mm-hmm.
reason to sabotage that any further, right? So when you can say
Yeah.
no, you're standing for yourself. I've said no to things and I've thought about it, things in my youth, things that I did now, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm much more better for it. A lot
Yes.
better for it. No regrets with that at all. But I
Oh,
do need to
yeah.
work
Good for
with,
you.
work related no's and things like that. I do need
Yes,
to work
work
on that.
related
So
no's are
your
very hard.
advice, providing a solution is such a great piece of advice because it's true. Nobody
Yes.
likes to be
Yeah.
presented with a problem. They like solutions. So
I
it does,
like solutions.
yeah, of course. So
Yes.
it does spark a little bit of creativity because if you're going to say no and you want to
All
come up with a
right.
solution, then you become a problem solver instead of just a
Mm-hmm.
denier, if you will. So,
Yes.
Yes, Ty, that's very good. Great observation. You sounded like a teacher just then.
oh God.
You did. We've been told no, we shouldn't travel, not at this time during COVID, and we've been restricted in where we can go. So during this time, I've really been dreaming about all of the places I've wanted to travel. So I made a list. I'm going to share a little bit of it with you. So
Can't
I
wait,
have
can't wait.
London. I want to go there so bad.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I want to
Ireland.
go there too.
Yes.
Ooh,
When my
yes.
aunt traced our family history back, we had my ancestor who came here. Had a sister on the same who came over in the slave trade, but her sister ended up going on a ship to Ireland. So I would love to
Mm,
go to Ireland because my people have been
yes.
there, and I want to trace
Love
the
to
footsteps
go to
of
Ireland.
my ancestors. Yeah,
Ooh, I'll go to Ireland
Santorini.
with you.
Come
Absolutely. In a
on.
heartbeat.
Yes,
I'll go there before
yes,
I go to London.
yes. And it always looks so beautiful. I really want to go see it. Yes, I want to go Santorini.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
That would be
Yes,
such a
so
beautiful place
beautiful.
to
Yes,
vacation.
that's a Mediterranean, right? In
That's
yeah,
in
Italy?
that's in
Greece.
Greece. It's in
Oh,
Greece.
Greece, yes.
Yes, yes. A place I'm dying to go, the Amalfi Coast in Italy.
Oh,
Yes. So,
I
I
love
want to
your location.
go. Yes. Um,
on a yacht.
Ghana. Oh, of
Oh,
course, on a yacht. Ghana, West Africa. That is
Really?
a trip I
Why?
am
Rich
dying to take.
history, rich history,
Why?
rich
Let me
culture.
I'm
count
not,
the
yes,
many
I don't know.
reasons. Well, first of all, for ancestral reasons, okay, majority of slaves that came over in the slave trade came from West Africa, from
Hmm.
Ghana, right? There was a major point, a port, a slave port in Ghana where they still have the walls and the chains up and the blood on the chains
No
from the
way.
slaves that they housed there because they caught them. They housed them here until the ship came. The ship came and you took them from the little beachside cave into the ship. So I want to go one for that very reason. This is where my people are from. I want to go
Yes.
home. I want to know my people. I want to, when I look in the mirror, I want to know who I look like.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want that connection, just like you had, Nat, when you went to Colombia. You said you,
Yeah.
for the first time, you saw people who looked like you. I want that same feeling. I want that
That was
sense
the
of coming home.
coolest feeling ever. Yes, I
That feeling
recommend
of
everybody.
belonging.
Yeah,
Recommend
Such a
everybody
hard
do
feeling
that.
to get.
Go back to where your roots are from, and you're gonna feel that energy. Like you belong, and like the people are, it's your people. You know how people are like,
hmm
that's my people. Those are my,
right,
that's when I realized these are my people.
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm going for that experience. Last, of course, I'm sure everybody wants to go here, but Paris. I
Oh, the
love
city
to
of light.
That's
go.
one of
The
my
city of light.
places.
Yeah, so we have to go together. What's your list, Nat? Where would you go?
Paris is my number one. I mean, I studied French for 6 years in middle
Oh,
school and
Oh,
high
wow.
school.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so that's always been since I started learning French, that's always been a
hmm
dream of mine is to go to Paris and just like frolic and eat croissants and just
Croissant.
enjoy
Yeah.
like the atmosphere, something different.
hmm
Um, Another one is Tahiti,
Love
which
it.
hmm
I wanted to go there for my honeymoon. And unfortunately, my husband is, he's not comfortable flying, so it was too many hours for him to be on an airplane. But I mean, hopefully one day I want to get there and just stay in those little like private bungalows.
Bungalows. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Like
that would be
how the commercials
awesome.
are with like the clear blue water and the, like just
hmm
nobody around you. Oh, it's like dream.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
I definitely want to go to Patagonia.
Oh,
Do
Oh.
you guys know where
you're like,
Patagonia is?
No, where
yes.
is Patagonia?
So it's
It's
in
at,
South America, and I believe it's at the southern tip of the Andes, like the southern part.
it's the southern
Oh.
tip. It's shared between Argentina and Chile.
In Chile, okay. You know,
Oh.
you're the
So
second
there's,
person who's mentioned about really that I know about
I know.
Patagonia.
And you know how I heard about Patagonia? Because one of my customers at work, they have a huge research vessel and they were taking a voyage down all of that and their destination was Patagonia. And I
Wow.
was
Oh,
like,
cool.
wow, that must be an awesome trip. Like on a cruise, there's a lot
Yeah.
of cruises. It's very popular to go on cruises to
Oh,
Patagonia,
okay. hmm
because it's just they have so many different things. They have like an area with the it's like all desert and then they have all mountains and then you have
Yeah.
glaciers and then you have like the marble caves. It's just like
Mm.
a
How
photographer's
beautiful.
dream come true. Like
Right.
this
Oh.
is all I hear about from photographers. It's like it's a dream come true. So that's one of the places I really want to make it to before I die. Um, Japan, only because I saw that movie Lost in Translation and I like fell in love with everything that they did in that movie.
hmm
So that's I want to do that. I definitely my number one bucket list thing to do is I want to see the Northern Lights before I
Oh,
die.
Oh,
So
yeah.
either Iceland or Norway. Those are the places to go see that. I want to do that
Mhm.
shit.
I
And
I
the
would do
kids
the
believe that
have
both
there
met
are
those
me.
trips.
parts of
Yeah.
Canada where you can see it too. I believe so,
Really?
but like
Oh, really?
northern, not like southern Canada,
Right.
obviously. But yeah, so
Yeah.
the closer you are to the Arctic Circle, right, which is like
hmm
Iceland, Norway, Sweden, and the northern parts of those countries, right? And it's stunning. I'm
hmm
sorry.
Ty, what trips are you taking us
Definitely.
on?
So when I was thinking about this, I had also like a whole endless list because I feel like if you take me anywhere, I'm going to experience
hmm
something out of it and I'm going to be richer for it. Like I've been
Yeah.
into
hmm
rural America, rural Honduras, city life America, city life Nicaragua, and I loved it all. But if I had to narrow it down to, I guess, 5 places, which I'm pretty sure, like, I'll think tomorrow, it's like, oh no, I should have chosen that other place. But this is what I'm thinking now. So Japan, just like you said,
Mhm.
just fascinated with the culture. At some point,
Yeah.
I guess I was trying to learn more about Asian history because they don't teach you that here when you go to
Yeah.
school. So I
Mhm.
stumbled upon haiku, and but I looked more deeper into it, like the different haiku writers and also like the different types of poetry in Japan, which, and then I had coworkers who introduced me to anime, right? And it's like, it's not just crazy
Mhm.
cartoons, like some anime are like really deep psychological themes. And then I got into that. And then I also started researching more about the different cultures that there are in Japan. But one place that really struck me, and which strikes a lot of other tourists, is Kyoto. So Kyoto, which
Mhm.
is, I believe, an hour away from Tokyo, is very well known to preserve the traditional Japanese culture. So they still have geishas in the Gion district, I believe it's called. They have
Mhm.
beautiful, beautiful palaces, Shinto temples. You know those torii, like the red kind of like
Yes.
it's like a
Mhm.
post thing. They have
Yeah.
those. It's beautiful. And of course, I'm obsessed with
Mhm.
Tokyo. But if I go to Japan, I have to go to Kyoto. I have to. I have to somehow be in that tourist mindset to be involved with traditional culture, traditional
Mm-hmm.
Japanese culture. And
You
Where do
know
they
what?
have
I'm sorry.
where
Go
do
ahead.
they have the cherry blossoms?
oh, I don't know. I believe that they have it in different parts of the country, like
Is it
in
in
Tokyo.
Japan though?
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
The cher-
Yes.
Yes.
Another city that I would really enjoy going to, and since you mentioned Italy, Destiny, is
Mhm.
Milan or Milano. So I
Yes.
chose this
Ooh,
city because there are many Italian cities that I want to go to. But
so
Milan has the
many.
Galleria, which is this very unique shopping mall that's been there since the 1800s. You
Oh
have the
wow.
Duomo, which is a majestic cathedral, and just it's Milan is just synonym for fashion, which I always thought that I was very tacky, but I've always had an appreciation for fashion anyway. So
Me
I would
too.
love to be just delved in that, you know, just be in that culture.
Yes.
And I hear
Another
the
city,
food is amazing.
oh, it
Uh,
has to be.
I'm
It
all about the
has to
food.
You
be.
gotta get off
All
your
about the
keto
food.
diets, fuckers,
No.
if you're going
Oh
to
no.
Italy.
No fucking keto diet. No
Pizza,
fucking keto diet
pasta,
in
bread.
Italy.
Pizza,
Yes.
pasta, pan.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Japanese
I'm
cuisine.
eating
If I
everything.
like sushi here, imagine.
Oh,
Imagine.
Oh,
yes.
another
Mm.
city that I know is on a lot of people's lists, but I still feel that it's valid that it's on everybody's list is Bali, Indonesia.
Yes.
An island
Yes.
that
Yeah.
has so much history, all these Buddhist temples there, and the
Yes, the
beaches, and they're
Buddhist.
like,
Mm.
I'm dying to go to those temples.
I can't
And I would
believe I
go to,
didn't
Yes.
mention Bali because I want to go to Buddhist temples. I want to see that.
yes.
And they're all over the place, anywhere in
Yeah,
Asia,
in
really.
Thailand, Myanmar,
Hmm.
Vietnam, Laos, they
Oh,
have beautiful
Myanmar.
temples there
I would
too.
love to go there.
Beautiful temples.
My
So that's
cousin
sometimes,
lives in Myanmar.
oh
You said that.
wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
I had to
Your
like
thing
choose
is
one
it's
place.
from Myanmar. I'm sorry, Ty. Your background is from Myanmar, isn't it?
This is from Nepal.
Oh,
Nepal.
Nepal.
But they
Nepal. Oh, that's
from
another place.
the same people that gave me my background, they
Hmm.
live in Myanmar now. And we got
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
cuz hi primo, we're going to go visit you. We're going to
Yes, we're coming to visit you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi Kami. Hi Samata. We're going to go visit you.
We're coming to visit.
Another city that I find very remarkable, maybe because one of my current favorite musical artists lives there, but it also because it has
Hmm.
so much beauty to it, is Barcelona in Spain. The
Yes.
architecture is so unique. It's so
Hmm.
unique. You have La Sagrada Familia, you have the Casa Milán, like you have so many pieces of architecture that you look at it and you're like, Barcelona. You could see like an aerial shot of the city, you already know it's Barcelona. It's so
Yeah.
unique in its architecture
Oh,
and its culture,
I
its
would love to
vibrant
go.
city life. And hopefully I bump
Mhm.
into Arca, who's the artist that I mentioned. She's amazing. If you're into
Aw.
experimental pop music, which kind of sounds like a little scary, but it's not. Arca is
Really?
your girl. She's amazing. She's
I'm
so
gonna have to try it.
experimental.
How do you spell
Amazing.
it?
Ooh.
Arca, Arca. She's actually
L.
Venezuelan, but now she lives in
Wow.
Barcelona.
Okay.
And last but not least, I
Wow.
left this for last because I am in love with this country, even though I've never been there, is Coyoacán in Mexico. So Coyoacán
Ooh.
is a very specific
Coyoacán.
part of Mexico City, right?
Mhm.
And in Coyoacán is Frida Kahlo's famous Blue House, which is now a museum.
Ah.
And
Ooh.
if
Mhm.
you know me, I am utterly obsessed with her. I have been for
Yeah.
over 12 years, I think. I don't even know. And I think I would literally just cry just walking in there because I admire this
Aw.
woman and her art so much. And also because
That's
it's in
awesome.
Mexico City, you get to go to many other places that are near Coyoacan, especially
Yeah.
Tenochtitlan, which are the Aztec ruins in Mexico City, which
Oh,
is a
I would
dream
love
of
to
mine.
do that.
Because
Oh,
just like you
that's
said,
Mhm.
you want to be
awesome.
connected to like some ancestral history, even though I'm
Yes.
not
Yes.
Aztec, only I think I'm not because of, where I was born, where my ancestors were born. We were all related in somehow, or Aztec culture has, Aztec and Mayan culture did influence a lot of the traditional cultures in Honduras, Mexico, I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Nicaragua, and in other places nearby. So it's a huge
Mhm.
dream for me to just go there.
Oh,
And that's really like, that's bucket list quality for me. Like I
Yeah, for
cannot
yeah.
die
sure.
without going. And if I do, well, it is what
Oh,
it is,
wow.
but I'm going to try.
Yeah. That's a
Yes.
really good list. Talking about a vacation makes me feel good,
Oh, yes. Feel Good
right?
Friday.
Yes, feel good Friday. Now, give us a feel good Friday playlist.
Yes, honey. I can hook you up with that.
All right.
My so my playlist for it's a feel good, it's Nat's feel good Friday music. This is an oldie but a goodie. Benny and the Jets by Elton
Oh,
John.
Yes, I love that
Oh
can I
song.
my
just say
God.
So
I'm
good.
not a huge Elton John fan, but that
Neither am I.
song, and there are other songs too that are just, I hear it and I'm like, yeah, that's a good one
Hmm.
right there.
No, yeah.
Yes,
This one it
Benny and the
makes you
Jets is one of them.
jam. It's like
Yeah.
so it makes me feel
Yeah,
so happy.
and
Yeah.
you don't know
Um
any of the words to the song, but
exactly.
Benny and the Jets. That's all you know. Hmm.
Song number two is Neil Love to Burn by Neil Young. Third song is ILY by Surf Mesa, one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I even had this shit as one of my ringtones at one point on my phone is Santeria by Sublime.
Oh, that's a
Uh-huh.
classic though. I feel like that's a
It
Florida
is. It is.
classic
That is
in a way.
definitely a classic.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I
And
love
it's
that
very
song.
and it's very surfer vibe,
Yeah,
chill, like oh,
very
I
chill.
love that. Of course, my friend Bad Bunny, Calladita. Another one that he talks about the beach and hanging out and
I
Mhm.
When that song came out, everybody, I guess everybody I knew, like in Honduras online, was hating on Bad Bunny. Girl, I was reposting like, this is the shit. I
he
love this
is
song, and
awesome.
fuck
Uh,
y'all.
And that
I
song,
love that song.
mm,
oh, I love it.
that is a feel good music playlist.
Mm.
It made me feel good just hearing about it. Cheers to that.
Cheers, cheers,
Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers
Oh,
to the feel good playlist.
yes. Oh, I think I'm running a
Hmm.
little low now.
Mhm.
Time to refill. That's perfect timing because,
Time to end the podcast. We're running low.
yeah,
Time to start
I'm
the
going to go
after party.
pretend I'm in Greece while you guys are refilling your
I'm
glasses.
in Coyoacán. And where are you now?
I'm in Mykonos.
Yes,
Oh,
What is
we
it?
can
Mykonos.
meet up to each other.
Mykonos.
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 I can meet up with you. I'm in Santorini.
Yeah, you're so
Okay,
close.
come
I'll
on
have to
over.
phone you
So
guys
close.
and
Yeah.
let you guys
I'll call
in
you
when
I'm
you're
on
over.
down
my
here.
way. I'm on my way. This has been awesome. It's been another fun night. I love spending time with you guys.
Yeah,
If you love
same.
spending time, yes, if you love spending time with us, subscribe below and leave a
Please.
comment and let us know where you want to travel to. But
Yeah.
definitely subscribe below.
Yes.
Bye.